next site of the new Chapin Memorial Library and the new South Carolina Children's Museum. I want to thank the Superblock property owners who have voluntarily selling their property at market value to make this project possible. Chapin Memorial Library is owned and operated by the City of Myrtle Beach. You'll recall that we had a few conversations about turning the library over to the county, but the budget treat last year, City Council said, no, we want to keep the library. The purchase agreements have been reached on the open market between willing sellers and willing buyers.
And that's what, eminent domain allows the political jurisdiction, but it protects the rights of the business owner. That may be and the business owner may be different than the property.
This morning's City Council meeting was delayed 30 minutes because Councilman Wayne Gray, cousin of hotel owner Matthew Britton, was delayed. The meeting began at 10:30. The meeting began with City Council discussing creating eminent domain on this piece of property here. The owner of this property, Jack Thompson, is one of the most beloved merchants in the city of Myrtle Beach. He's the gold standard. He's an art historian. He's a photographer. People love Jack. They love what he's done for this town. He is the heart and soul of our community. At this morning's meeting, Councilman Wayne Gray stated that they would honor any lease that Mr. Thompson had. However, this popular business are also being asked to vacate the property. Their property is being pursued by eminent domain. Their only recourse, sadly, is to hire a lawyer, which will cost them a small fortune. At this morning's City Council meeting, Councilman Wayne Gray said they would not be throwing Jack Thompson, the owner of Jack Thompson Studios, out, and they would honor his lease. And they would honor the lease of those people who were in this superblock. However, that's not what these folks who own this business said. In fact, these people are now suing the city, stating that the city wrongfully threw them out of this property and stating that the city also interfered with their lease. The owner of Natalie's Bar and Grill also lost her lease. Her lease was not honored. She was forced to leave this property after she said ongoing city police harassed her property, and we have documented evidence that police cars were in and out of here throughout most of last fall.
I know that everybody's excited about having a new library, about new parking, and a children's museum. And yes, those things are needed, but not at the expense of people's livelihood.
Well, thank you, Mayor Rhodes, the City Council. Last time I was here, I was receiving an award for art fields, and I went around and shook your hands. I was really proud to be representing Myrtle Beach, and it's a real honor. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about that today. And I guess the main thing is respect. I love it when I bring respect to Myrtle Beach, and Myrtle Beach respects everybody else. It really works better when everybody respects everybody's feelings. And it made me really proud when people would say, where are you from? I'd say, Myrtle Beach. And that's what I like to talk to you about, just respect. I think it's really a great thing to have is when people respect each other. Like my father has worked hard, and he's a smart guy. He always told me, buy a corner lot. Corner lots are always good to have. So I think it's great if somebody would have came to him and me, because I used to be on the downtown redevelopment planning committee, and no one's even showed me any plan. No one's showed my father. I mean, we have plans too. I'd love to open up a little museum there, art gallery myself. Maybe put a Starbucks in there, who knows. But I think if we were to see a plan that was better than the plan that I had one day, we'd be willing to work with that. And I'm always ready to bring honor and respect to Myrtle Beach, because everywhere I go, I try to represent in a great way our city, because I'm proud of Myrtle Beach. So I was a little disappointed to see how this was handled. Like my father said, he did not know what was going on. And that's the main thing. He's a smart guy, but he's also a very fair guy. He's had people not be able to pay rent, and he'll say, well, what can you do? He'll have some guy lay some tile, or have another guy put in some carpet. He's always been willing to work with somebody on that. So I like to end with that and say, let's all just respect each other, and let's work together, and let's sit down. I mean, I met the messenger. That's fine, but what happened to face-to-face negotiations and everybody talk about what they like to see achieved.
Mr. Mayor, Council, thank you for taking the time today. I love Myrtle Beach, just like y'all love Myrtle Beach, and I'm excited about.
State your name.
I'm sorry, John Pruitt. I'm excited about, ideas for museums, for libraries, Adventure. I live in Columbia part-time. Adventure's done a wonderful job over there, taking over the museum. And I'm also a friend of Jack Thompson's, and one of the reasons why I had a chance for entrepreneurial success as a young guy here was because of Tom Davis. He was my landlord out on the other side of the pottery, and he was very fair. I've watched how fair he is with Jack down there, and I think if people realize how hard Jack works, to pay his rent, they'd be surprised. And we have a real treasure in Jack Thompson. And Jack is always so busy running around taking pictures. If I said, hey Jack, there's something exciting going on someplace, he would drop what he's doing, he goes over there and he takes it. I think we all know that about Jack. And my love for Jack came because of what he did for me, not because of anything else. In other words, he's always reaching out to others first. He would see me at an event or something, snap a picture, and it would just show up in my mailbox and say, hey, I took a picture of you, John. Here it is. I didn't ask for it, anything. It's just who Jack is. I think Tom was really good when he said that Tom Jr., we just weren't clued in. I think we feel offended. Jack asked me to represent him at the meeting. He says, Jack's just not a meeting kind of guy. And so I was invited to go down to the super block meetings, and I said, Jack, come on. He's like, oh, I don't have time. I got to take some pictures. I got to pay my rent. I got to do something. And so I went down there, but I just felt completely duped when I found out about this. I've been out of town, for a few weeks. When I got back in town and found out, I felt like I was deceived. And they invited us down there, and they had us sit around a table, and they said, tell us what you guys want to do to improve the super block. And we gave great recommendations. We were excited about that area, bring it back to life. Jack felt like he was contributing, so did Tom. Tom didn't have to let Jack, move in there when he did. He was kind of in a hurry to move out of his old location next to Mr. Fish over there by the old office supply. And they said, well, give us your recommendations. And they never employed any of them. And I just sat there and I thought, what's going on? And I put on my to-do list, which I never got to. I was going to say, go talk to John and say, John, what in the world is the DRC doing? I mean, what are they doing down there? And then we find out about this, and I think Tom Sr., I think that the owner of House, is it House Parks?
Yes, sir.
I think that they would love to be a part of the plan. And I think that we live in a very free enterprise city too, and when cities just do land grabs, it gets a little spooky. And when they do it on the up and up, it's okay. When they say, hey, let's all talk and we all can't agree, then let's do it. But when they do things like let's slide things into council meeting and let's just do things last second, it just smells. And so I just hope that you all will take serious consideration, to all the other blank lots in this city. We've got the Children's Museum sitting on a blank lot right now with, I know we use it for car shows, but there's plenty of room there for this entire complex. We've got the land here on 10th Avenue, directly across the street, right next door on Oak Street from the current where you pay your water bill. And, to go down there and just say, hey, we are definitely going to do this. We don't care what you think. And it's already a done deal. We did it behind your back. And it just doesn't look good. And I hope you guys will think about that. And I don't blame these owners of these properties for holding out. I really don't. So thank you all.
My name is Eric Hyde. I'm a local resident here. I live on Broadway Street. And my concern with the super block and what's going on with the project is it doesn't take into any consideration the historical integrity and pride that is Myrtle Beach, and this is an ongoing issue that's continuing to happen. In Myrtle Beach, there's actually no historical committee and no historical ordinances to protect these properties, and the city has shown no effort in which to do any of this, to take on such a meaningful effort. And it's just, this is our history. I mean, there's something meaningful about who we were. And there's rich cultural heritage. it's just very incensed that, you know, it's just very callous what they're doing.
I came to say that I'm just not used to the way that the city is doing business right now. When I first heard about this property offer, it was from a stranger, and he couldn't tell me who was the buyer. But I think that the city could find another way around this. There's so many pieces of property. Why pick valuable property in the center of town on a busy highway area to put the children in the museum? And as far as museums, I think we already have a museum there. It's called Jack Thompson's. It was later when I found out that it was the city. So he told me, I can tell you now, it was the city. But you know, I never received any paper from the city, any telephone calls. And I know some of you are my friends, and I was kind of shocked and felt bad that, you know, this is the kind of relationship we have, that you think I just moved to town last week. I lowered my rent to get a good tenant, a reputable tenant, not a fly-by-night, Johnny-come-lately, make your money today and be gone tomorrow. A good tenant to put in the building. And I think he has been a good addition to the downtown area. And so I would like for the city council to take this into consideration, use your heart, good judgment, and fair